All right. So you've probably played around with AI tools like ChatGPT. I mean, they're amazing, right? But have you ever felt like you're not quite getting those genius-level results everyone talks about? Well, there's a secret to that, a very specific skill. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into. Mastering the art of the AI prompt. Does this sound familiar? You ask the AI for something. You think you're being perfectly clear, and what you get back is, well, it's kind of bland. Maybe totally unhelpful, or just plain weird. Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the good news. This usually isn't the AI's fault. It's a communication breakdown. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you have, "Tell me about your pet." That's basically giving the AI a blank check to say whatever it wants, so you get something generic. But now, look at the other prompt. Describe the physical characteristics and behavior of your dog named Max. See? It's a direct order. You've given it a clear job. You've provided key context. The dog's name is Max, and you've specified the exact info you need. One is a vague wish, the other is a precise command. And that right there, that's the secret sauce. It all boils down to one fundamental rule: better inputs create better outputs. Mastering this whole AI thing isn't really about the tool itself. It's about learning how to talk to it, learning how to craft that perfect prompt. So, what is a prompt? I mean, we all know the word, but let's get precise here. Think of it as your main tool for controlling the AI. It's not just a simple question. It's a whole set of instructions, clues, and constraints that guide the model. The more intentional you are with it, the more predictable and frankly powerful your results are going to be. So, let's get practical and build out your toolkit. These are the core principles that will take you from someone who just uses AI to someone who actually directs it. And trust me, that's a big difference. We're going to focus on 4 essential techniques, and they all kind of build on each other. We'll start with the absolute foundation, being specific. Then, we'll get a little more creative and give the AI a point of view by assigning it a persona. After that, I'll show you how to teach it by giving it examples. And finally, we'll tackle those big, messy requests by breaking them down into smaller pieces. Okay, principle number 1. And honestly, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this: be specific. It sounds so simple, but it is everything. Vague prompts get vague answers. Period. You're basically forcing the AI to play a guessing game. And your goal should be to take all the guesswork out of the equation. Look at how just a tiny bit of context completely transforms the request here. Asking for tourist attractions and places to visit does 2 crucial things. It sets a very specific goal for the information, and it gives the AI a clear structure for the response. You've defined the purpose of the request, and that is absolutely key. Now for our second technique, which is a really powerful one called role prompting. This is where you tell the AI who to be. It's kind of like casting an actor in a movie. By giving it a persona, you instantly frame its entire response, forcing it to adopt a specific tone, a certain knowledge base, and a whole point of view. It's a real game changer. Just think about the difference in what you'd expect back. If you ask for interview questions, you're going to get, well, generic interview questions. But what happens when you act as an expert recruiter specializing in digital marketing? Whoa! Now you're telling the AI to access a very specific set of knowledge. The questions you get back are going to have so much more professional context and nuance, all because you told it what role to play. This next technique is known as few-shot prompting, and it is such a fantastic shortcut. If you need something in a very specific format or style, don't waste your time trying to describe it. Just show the AI an example. It's like saying, "Here, make it look like this." It is often the fastest way to guide the model to the exact output you're looking for. So, in this sentiment analysis example, we give the AI just one single complete sample: text, a sentence, and then sentiment, a classification. By providing this structure, we've basically taught it the entire task. So now when we give it a new piece of text and the sentiment label, it knows its job is simply to complete the pattern, not write a long explanation. It learns the format and the task from that one little example. It's incredibly powerful. All right, for these more complex requests, don't ask the AI to do everything at once. You know, these large language models can get confused or even make mistakes when a task has too many moving parts. The solution is simple. break down their big complex task into a sequence of smaller, simpler subtasks. This is a super common failure point. You give a model a multi-step reasoning problem all in one go, and it can easily make a mistake somewhere along the way and give you the wrong answer. But by simply adding a phrase like break the problem into steps or think step by step, you force the model to show its work. This improves accuracy like crazy because it has to solve each part of the puzzle correctly before it moves on to the next one. So now that we know what to do, let's just quickly cover what not to do. Recognizing these common pitfalls is just as important, and it'll help you avoid a whole lot of frustration. These are the traps you really want to avoid. Ambiguity, which, as we know, forces the AI to guess. Overloading it with a ton of irrelevant details that just confuse the model. Omitting that critical context we talked about, that's a recipe for a bad response. And finally, using really niche jargon that the model might not get. The goal is always to keep your prompts clear, focused, and direct. I'm sure as you look at that list, you're nodding along. We've all made these mistakes. I know I have. But you know what? Recognizing these patterns is the key. And now that you have the framework to avoid them, let's look at what really becomes possible. Okay, this is where it gets really exciting. With these foundational skills, you're officially ready to level up and start tackling some truly complex tasks with AI. Let's see what's possible when you start combining these principles. Take a look at this task, generating code. It seems complicated, but it's built on the exact same principles we just covered. The prompt is highly specific. It names the language MySQL and the exact data needed and implies a role, a database coder, and it has a crystal clear command. The result, a clean, perfect, ready-to-use query. This is a complex task made simple, all because of a well-crafted prompt. And you know, you don't have to start from scratch every single time. A whole ecosystem of tools is popping up to help you out. You've got marketplaces like Prompt Hero and Prompt Base that are amazing for finding inspiration or even ready-made prompts. Then there are optimizers like Prompt Perfect that can help you refine and strengthen your own ideas. These are fantastic resources for really accelerating your skills. So, the power to unlock these incredible results from AI, it really is in your hands. It's all about clear, specific, and creative communication. You now have the key to directing one of the most powerful tools ever created. The only question left is what will you create with it?